Ain't time. All right, we're all live. Welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. Yes, we are back and better than ever, and we are on time. You can tell what a 2 week
Yeah.
vacation does. Mike, you got his 2 week vacation spring break haircut. Tasha T Sizzle is creased up and locked down. LOC down. Yes. So wonderful sponsor, Denise, I need you to hang out with us for a little bit
And it
because I have
sound
a
like some
question
hate.
that involves you. What were you saying, Tasha?
Said it sound like some shade with the wow on time.
Yeah, that was, but she's looking fantastic with the open toed shoes and the Daisy Dukes. So we're gonna show love to the sponsor. Got PL Culture, got Tasha T Sizzle representing the D Aura, and we got Michigan Michael Hasso.
What's up?
With
What's up?
you can tell us a new season because Mike doesn't have on any Michigan gear. But Mike, can you do us the honors of introducing our special guest for today?
Sure thing. This is my little brother, Steven. He is from San Antonio. He's a graduate from UTSA. So yeah, he's a big Cowboys fan, big UT fan, and of course UTSA as well.
Yep.
Ain't
Definitely no Michigan over here.
I caught that.
Good morning, Justin. Now, Justin, it's the off season.
I caught
that. And right, she said, "What up, Doug? See, you family now, bro. You family. All right. Now, since Justin is on, I want to start off with something that was really bizarre. So, Stephen, we're gonna get to you specifically here in just a second. But Justin, I need you to answer a question. Why did I go on ESPN.com yesterday and see an article that dozens of people in the city of Kansas City who attended that playoff game, that frigid game, are now getting toes and fingers amputated? Did y'all see that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Good morning, Melanie. The gang is formulating back.
Yeah, they should have canceled that game.
Let's start off with this question. Let's start with a
game.
bizarre question.
They canceled the Buffalo Bills.
Is there any event, sports or non-sports, that you would risk that type of wear and tear on your body to view live?
Cowboys Super Bowl.
I said, look, like,
it is the only thing that it's two things. If I'm called in the quarter quail, shouts out to Hunger Games. If you know, you know. And if Jesus is feeding the multitude in the frozen,
I want my fish and my loaf.
That's it. Those are the only two reasons that I would be in sub-zero.
Steven said if the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl.
I'll be there with you, Steven. Don't worry.
There you go.
We'll be 10 toes down until we
both
don't
of
have
y'all
them.
come home from the hospital. I'll be there to change your bedpan because you ain't gonna have no fingers.
No, I'll be the one that cuts off the toe. I'll be like,
Right.
Hey, it'll be worth it.
Hostile.
Y'all gonna be the 9 having his toes in Harlem.
Now, let's really put Mike on the hot seat since he's got his brother sitting next to him. Mike, Michigan is in the national championship game against the Ohio State. It's minus 4 degrees outside. You going to that game?
Yeah, I'll be there. Of course I'll be there.
I knew he was going to be there. So let's get started. Now, Mike, I wouldn't be there with you. I'm going to be like Tasha. Tasha already told me don't ever invite her to a game at the Big House in November.
Is it going to be free tickets, though? Because I ain't paying no $3,000 for no ticket.
Look, I'm not paying for that and the deductible to chop off my damn pinky toe.
At $3,000 somewhere in the Waldorf Astoria watching it on television.
That part, like Harbaugh on suspension, but we don't digress.
Like what we did this year. Like, no.
Right. Now, Steven, every first-time guest must run through the gauntlet that we call this or that. It's a way for you to get introduced into the audience. I'm going to give you a series of scenarios. I'll give you 2 options. You can only pick one. Are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start off. Ranch or hot sauce? You can only pick one.
Ranch.
Ugh.
You already know this.
Mike, your influence is disturbing. All right.
That is the worst.
Private plane or private jet?
Private jet.
Okay. Miami or Las Vegas?
Ooh, Las Vegas.
That's his brother for real. Tony Romo or Dak Prescott?
Oh, man.
Wait a minute. Before you answer, little brother, there will be no clanger, slander.
When you're in the booth, you got to tell the truth. Well, who you got?
I'll do Romo.
Made of glass, paper mache, fly paper.
You mean here we go, Romo? He says that after every third down. Here we go, Jim. Here we go.
Oh, speaking of Romo, really fast. Did you guys catch that shade that RG3 threw on First Take the other day? I mean, not First Take, on Get Up the other day.
Who was he throwing shade at? Morning Trees.
Romo and the Cowboys in the same sentence. He basically was saying the Cowboys only set you up for a future to be overpaid as a broadcaster. He said,
"Don't hate."
And why is that something wrong? Like,
no, don't do that. Troy Aikman is phenomenal.
Please check your IG.
Trees, check your IG. All right. Next up, this should be interesting. Luka or Dirk?
Dirk.
That chip
he has a championship.
Though. Yeah, that chip matter. Okay, so now you
and he's a team player. Come on,
chips matter. All right. Last but not least, we have Michael Jordan or the all-time leading scorer.
Oh my God!
The kid from Akron, Savannah's husband, Bronny and M. Pappy, Mr. 40,000, 10,000, and 15,000. One LeBron, Tramel James. Who you got?
LeBron.
Objection. Leading the witness.
Leading
the witness.
It's the same, Mike. I had a photo and
I'm a youngin. I never saw MJ. What am I supposed to do?
It don't matter. My daughter will tell you Jordan is the best.
Yeah,
I got a photo.
No, that's because you done poisoned her.
Yeah, I got a photo. You talking about he the best. Them boys was sitting courtside at their daddy's game with Jordans on their feet.
Look,
I
didn't say the Jordans weren't better than LeBron James' shoes. She says, no, I will not. The future's in good hands if the generation behind us can acknowledge greatness when they see it. You are
Sasha, how you gonna
officially
embarrass me on live TV.
the fifth temptation.
And I have to ask, who raised you?
Hey, Mama and Papa Hasoda, they're my road dogs now. Like he was raised right.
No, I'm talking about Sasha.
The gang is all here. Good morning. Shouts out to the state of Georgia. Good morning, Christina. All right. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk some football, shall we? Now, earlier this week, our man, Mr. Nick Saban, he shed a little bit more light on the reason why he retired, and he went specifically into the Rose Bowl game in the aftermath of that loss to that school up north. You know, that one that there's the all-time winning program. You know, the one that got the undisputed championship. You know that team. You know the team with the ring. Okay, let me digress. Had to get that in there. So he said after that game, 80% of his players were basically either asking him about how much playing time I'm gonna get next year.
That's
how
crazy.
much money you gonna pay me? And he was very, very frustrated with that. He's like, what about the title? Like, so he says that he doesn't think that model will work for him. Tasha, I'm going to start with you because you've been very vocal about this, and it's starting to look like things are trending to where you said they might go. Do you think the college football can sustain itself under the current transfer portal / NIL model?
I mean, it's always going to sustain itself because we're going to continue to watch it regardless. But what it's going to do is weaken those powerful programs where let me take that back. You know how like you have, what do you call it? A domination. That's not what I'm trying to say. When you have what do you call it? A dynasty. When you have a football dynasty, I think the dynasty era will be ended with this. Because if you have players like somebody said, the quarterback at FIU, you're a starter, but you already went to the portal.
Right.
Mike, tell him what FIU is. But I can't. They don't allow me to cuss on the show.
Not with company. Wait until we get into the Cowboys segment later.
But when you have starters, and what was the wide receiver that was at West Virginia that won the Biletnikoff, you transfer to USC.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's things like that.
Yeah, that was Addison, and he was a beast last year in the NFL.
I think the dynasty era of college football will be over, but it's not going to water down the product. It's going to make us purists, like I feel like a baseball purist. Yeah. It's going to make us angry, but now it's kind of like with the NBA. You can't attach yourself to a favorite player to a favorite team because that player is going to up and leave.
That's an excellent point, which brings me to you, Michael. Now, Stephen, I want to tell you this. Michael and Tasha have this synergy between them where they always seem to not know what is physically on the script, but they always throw lobs to the other. So just be ready to catch a lob at any moment in time, because she just led me into the question I have written down here from Michael. So, Mike, with the whole dynasty talk, and I totally agree with you on that, Tasha, it discourages me as a Michigan fan. However, the University of Michigan is one of the few Power 5 teams that hadn't had a tremendous amount of turnover in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that, Mike?
Because it's built into the brand. Like, those who stay will be champions, and we've proven it. Like, it is what it is. And I think
you
don't think Alabama did that?
No, I'm saying like they haven't. I don't think so. I think he promised them like the best players will play and we will win champions, and that's their brand. And what happened in the past is people were okay with that. You have people saying like, yeah, like that's how you get better is you have good people ahead of you and then you get better. And then when it's your time to shine, then you step up and you become that NFL talent. But when you take that away, you're seeing that in Bama. They don't have those second, third strings that are ready. Mm-hmm. But you do see that in Michigan this past year that our second and third strings are ready.
And then, I mean, you also have 18 players going to the combine. You know, they're leaving for the pros. They're not leaving for another school. But that also kind of leads me to what you sent us yesterday about what Tyrann Mathieu said, how he had to wait behind two people to start. I mean,
I want y'all to catch this shade that Langston just threw in here.
I saw it. I wasn't gonna comment.
Thank you, Tasha. I'm sorry. I just had to acknowledge. Don't throw the baby picture in there when you're throwing shade.
Right. That's the only reason I'm soft.
Like, baby saying it?
Yeah, that cute little baby right there.
Don't do that, Langston. They're like we the champions and respecters and such. Go ahead, Tasha. Because I'm liking where you're going with the point about Matthew. Go ahead.
How he said he waited. These players, athletes today, they don't want to wait. And I had a conversation. My friend's nephew lives here. He's 21. He drives me around because y'all know I hate to drive. But we were talking the other night, and first thing he said, man, the NBA is garbage. He says, you don't know anybody. And that's what happens when you sit and you just say, okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here. And then a lot of these players that are transferring, that doesn't equate to success. Just because you transfer to said program doesn't mean you're going to get drafted or that you're actually going to play there, because like the guy we were saying that's been in college 8 years, if you were that good, they would have already seen you. Why are you still here, Ike? Why is she here, Ike?
Right. Now you introduced yourself as an alum, Stephen. Would it like give us an idea of how long it takes to get a degree in today's college atmosphere? 4 years, 5 years at the most?
I mean, it definitely depends on what degree you're going for. For me, it's a.
Now we're talking about football players, Stephen. You know that degree is in African American studies. Come on.
No, you could. I mean, you could definitely do it in 4, maybe even 3 if you take summer classes, honestly. But they're college football players, so they ain't got no time to do that.
Yeah,
8 years. What else class? What other class do you have to take? Now, my mom, good morning, AP coach. She taught
basket weaving. I don't know. Maybe he's taking all 101 level class, 100 level classes.
D09. But to your point, and to Mike's point too, to circle back to what you said about transferring doesn't equal success. Mike has been saying that about Ohio the last 3 years. Every year they go get some prized pony to come, and he's supposed to be the one to get them over the hump, and then Michigan come in there and smash them again.
Speaking of, I got this coworker at, and he's a huge Ohio fan, and we actually saw each other at a summit. And I just looked at him. He's like, man. And I was like, you have to do it this year, right? You got all these players coming to you,
right?
And you got the coaches, all this talent that you got. They are so scared this year. Y'all have no idea.
Justin, I'll be down there. And it's on site, bro.
On site.
With y'all rag ass accommodations. It's on site, bro. Don't go missing that, bro. Because it's on site, Justin. Now,
man is dressed up like Travis Kelce in his pick, y'all. He's gonna
he does.
I don't believe you, bro.
Justin said y'all lost y'all's boombox.
Right, Justin. How many toes do you got this morning? Were you at the game? Good morning, Miss Hastings.
I chop them all off. Be like,
Yeah,
hey,
right.
Justin.
You got on them sandals and they kind of lean into the side because you don't have that last plant toe.
Dang. Don't do them like that.
Now, Steven, we're going to get you in on this. University of Texas, head coach Steve Sarkisian, he's already said that Brock Ewers is going to be the quarterback next year. Now, we all know that there's a famous backup sitting there on the pond. In your opinion, do you think that Arch Manning is making a mistake by not hitting the portal and sitting another year and not getting himself on film?
Well, I think he's doing the opposite of what you are saying. It's like kids nowadays don't want to wait. So it's kind of interesting that that he's doing that. I think he is making a mistake though, and I do I love the Longhorns. I've watched them every year,
Shouts out
but
to
that
Bubba
is a
Costco, by
mistake.
the way. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying that is a mistake.
It was a mistake?
That's a mistake. So with
No,
that
it is a
being
mistake.
said, there's a school up north that's got a quarterback that we're going to be talking about here in the next segment that's gone off to the NFL. We have an opening, Arch. We got an opening up there. You want to play for a national
That'd be
champion?
cool.
You want a little bit of that on
I mean,
the
it's a big brand.
Hey.
And they'll guarantee you some snaps under center because we know he ain't no shotgun type of.
What the heck?
Mike, what do you think we make a play for? Right, she says, yeah, that's little bro Hasso. And yes, Melanie, that is Michael's brother / twin. Say y'all look and sound alike. That is very, very true. Mike, should we go make a play for Arch?
Man, I didn't even think about that until when you said it. I was like, you know what? Okay.
Arch, you're gonna be on TV every Saturday. We're gonna get you that exposure. We're gonna give you a run game and a defense.
With Peacock, so
you get to play UT right out the gate.
Exactly.
Woo! Can you imagine Arch
Twice.
going down there to Austin to play UT next year? I'm just throwing it out there in the atmosphere. That's all I'm
Why
saying.
do y'all think he even went to UT? Why do you think he?
I really think he thought that he was going to be the starter. He really thought that Manning name was going to get him that starting nod, like it did.
And I did too.
And like
Then why is it? So then why is he staying then? He stayed last year and he's staying this year.
Because it's definitely not about the money with him.
He's not losing anything. His NIL is up there. His name is still up there. His talent, people still know him and is up there. So he's not losing anything not playing.
Yeah, but come on, Mike.
You still want to play? Like, you're a quarterback. What are you talking about?
Like, come on to Michigan. That NFL offensive line we got, the head coach is an offensive line coach.
Come on, wait, you ain't got your
Man, he looked good in that jersey too.
You ain't got your wide receiver all at the combine breaking records.
Yes.
The spotlight gonna be on you. Come on over to death row.
Yeah, right. Come on over to death row. If you don't want to have a head hard quarterback, all playing ahead of you, getting all the reps, taking all the shine. We saw at the what was it, the Sugar Bowl? They had all those people around Arch Manning and nobody around Brock Ewers. The people have spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
he looked good in some Jordan gear,
Yes, in maize and blue.
Jumpman. Now, Jumpman, I will give Jordan that. Jumpman is fire. You get when I put on that Jumpman, Michigan, I feel a little swaggier. Now here come Langston. We're sorry that you told us Alabama was gonna win the whole thing, and Michigan came through and stomped on their throat. We sorry. Good morning, Stephanie Denise Coulter. It's a family affair today on the Extra Point. Right, Mike?
Did you get yourself together? Because that lady thought you was a pretty boy last night.
Right. All right. So we've settled it. So Steven said that Arch Manning should leave the University of Texas, and we have a home for him. You don't have to co-sign nothing. We got a room for you, air mattress, whatever you need. Just come on down.
Air mattress.
We can get you the Russell Wilson package. You can get your own office. You can get your own folk.
Right. We're gonna and we got a connection to the DR where we can get you some street walkers, some feet walkers, and whatever you need. We got you. All right. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, there could be as many as 5 selected in the first round of this year's draft. Some very good quarterbacks. This is going to be a quarterback heavy draft. So if you don't need a quarterback and you're in the top 10 like the Titans, this could get very, very interesting. No, I'm not going to hijack this segment. I swear. Don't do that, Mike. Don't do that. I lost my train of thought. Y'all get on my nerves. All right. We got 5 QBs. Now, Steven, I'm gonna let you go last, because I want to hear these two first, because I think they're gonna disagree. I want you to rank these quarterbacks, and we're gonna do the TEP power rankings for these quarterbacks. We have Caleb Williams, we have JJ McCarthy, we have Michael Penix Jr., we have Jaden Daniels out of LSU, your Heisman winner, and we have Drake May. And this is not true. Whoa, Texas don't have more money than Michigan.
The last,
they do. Yeah, they're like 1 and 2.
The only person out of the other than the state of Texas that got more money is the folks at OK State with T. Boone Pickens, because that man is wealthy.
You got to stay Langston. Damn you, Langston. All right, Tasha, you up first. Who rank these quarterbacks?
I'm gonna start at the bottom. Even though I was impressed, because he's really not a bad quarterback. But again, I just have an issue with these guys that got to keep going back and forth to these schools. I'm going to put Bo Nix 5th, but Bo Nix looked really, really surprisingly decent.
Well, he's 30.
Right. You're 30. Then I'm going to go with JJ, because, the whole season I said that JJ was our Achilles heel. But again, it's not his fault that they didn't make a lot of plays where he was made to throw, but it could have been a reason why they didn't make plays for him to throw. But at the combine, he did. No, ain't no stop it. Just because you
jump through that screen on you,
right? Just because you on his back like a sable mink coat. JJ looked. He put it this way: I thought Penix looked better than JJ at the combine. But the one thing I'm going to give JJ over everybody is the fact that he's young. Them other dudes been in college 6 or 7 years. They got wear and tear. If JJ goes to a place where he can sit and watch, and somebody that really works with him, JJ will be better. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams, so I'm going to put him 3rd. I don't know what it is. Everybody keeps talking about Caleb.
Is it the black fingernail polish?
No, it's not. I'm just not.
Yes.
He really just hasn't done anything for me, and I'm sorry. Maybe the kid,
you gotta win with that kind of talent at USC, Caleb.
Yeah, maybe the kid turns out to be good. Maybe he doesn't. I'm gonna put Penix 2nd, but the injuries concern me. Even though they said his physical was everything. But he looked
you can get your turn.
He really looked good at the combine. But again, combine really don't mean nothing. But we ran him over. He was out there looking like he needed some oil after we knocked him down.
Hey, Steve, his check engine light was on at the end of the game.
Right. He was walking around like
man, his offensive line had to pick him up like every snap. Like after every snap.
And then I'm going to go with Jaden Daniels, even though I thought Penix was the better quarterback in college. And we all agreed that he should have won the Heisman. The only knock I have on him, I don't like that he did not. Yeah, you don't have to go and participate at the combine. But I don't like the fact that he wasn't even there. You had JJ there even when
with the teams.
JJ was there even when he didn't have to be on that second round. When old dude ran that 4.21, JJ was one of the first ones to come up and dap him. He stayed there. Caleb Williams was there. I don't like that fact. But I don't see, to be honest, I don't really see a quarterback that is standing out. I wouldn't put any of them as a day one starter.
Wow, really?
Yeah, but I think a lot of them, especially if they're saying, maybe Daniels goes to DC. I mean, he's better than the dude they got there. And if they get rid of
that ain't saying much.
And if they get rid of what's his name in Chicago, and you're basically putting in all your chips with Caleb Williams, he's gonna have to start, and you're gonna have the same problem because they're the same type player. You don't have a line for Justin Fields, so how do you think Caleb Williams is going to progress?
I think Fields is a lot more mobile too. Good job by UT. So, Mike, who's your top 4 behind JJ?
I got Bo Nix. I agree. Bo Nix is on the list. I actually like Drake May.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, I like Drake May. I like Drake May above Caleb Williams, and I do want to double down on what Tasha said about I don't think any of these quarterbacks are ready for day one NFL. And so when I say that, I think I like in my quarterback for the NFL, I need him to be a leader. I need him to be a captain. I think a lot of this young talent, they're missing that when they go to the NFL. And I think JJ can do really well if he sits out 2 years or whatever. So that's why.
Steven, I need you to bring some levity to this conversation. You don't see any day one starters out of this group of quarterbacks?
No, I think Drake May and Caleb Williams are day ones.
No.
Yes.
I ain't
Caleb
sold,
Williams is going to be a monster.
No, man. Caleb Williams.
I ain't sold on Drake May or Caleb
Chicago
Williams.
needs to trade down and give that pickup.
I'd rather take Spencer Rattler over Drake May.
You talking about the kid from South Carolina?
I mean, he's grown up. He's matured.
Steven,
I mean,
you was here on the right week. I need you to talk some sense into both of them. Caleb Williams is going to be the next big deal.
But he's matured.
Come on now.
Drake May, I don't even really see. Drake May is a what's his name?
Daniel Jones
in New York. That's what he reminds me of.
Daniel Jones.
Hold on. Let's let our special guest in here, little brother. Like, make your case for Caleb Williams, please, because I don't think they really.
I don't see it.
All right, Heisman winner.
Yes, that's a check.
The Pac-12 isn't what it used to be, so they obviously don't have enough talent. This past year they didn't have enough talent. They had won like four games, and
Colorado.
Yeah, I think he is rough around the edges with all this, like, oh, I don't want to do the medical stuff, or I don't want to do the freaking, combine or whatever. And he's saying like, oh, I am number one. So what's the point?
He is number one. He's number one. Caleb is about to show y'all.
Let me stop LeBron right there real fast. I know you just didn't say Heisman Trophy winner. How do the Heisman Trophy winners fare in the NFL?
Hey, this one fared quite well.
Derrick Henry.
But it's an anomaly. Y'all go, okay, so did OJ. And look what he did.
Dang, why?
Oh, now we done gone crazy.
Yeah.
Let's just say OJ.
Look at Cam
the
Newton.
man ran for 2,000 yards in a 14-game regular season.
Feathers in it.
Right.
So let me ask y'all this then. The past two Heisman.
Somebody, I don't know. I'm not sure who, but I guess it's you, Tasha. But no, she's doing that for Steven. She's rooting her little brother on in his TEP debut. Mike,
what are you gonna say?
The past two Heisman winners, Jaden Daniels this past year, Caleb Williams. Who would you pick?
I'm gonna take Jaden Daniels.
Why?
I just think he's better. I was not sold on Caleb Williams.
Is it because the brother's light skinned?
I wasn't sold on Caleb Williams when he won the Heisman. I just did not think
those 5,000 yards.
I just didn't think. Look, I don't know. It could be my Pac-12 bias. I don't like nobody out of the Pac-12 but Jerry Rice's little son. That's it.
Okay, now the truth is coming out in the.
I mean, that could be it because
personal agenda. Thank you, Steven, for bringing that out. Thank you.
I'm kidding. That's it. That's not it. But he just does not do it for me.
I don't like him. I don't like him because I don't think he's a leader. I think you had a lot of talent with USC last year, and the Pac-12 was kind of up for grabs last year too, and they looked like straight garbage. True. I think you should at least make a bowl game, like, a pretty high one, but he looked bad. And so if you're gonna sit out, just sit out the year, or go to the NFL last year. But
I mean,
I just think he's not a leader.
He literally shut the season down after games.
Yeah, he did. But that defense was atrocious, though. They were giving up points to Shedeur Sanders and all the kind of whack bum teams. So
but the media went hard on Florida State after they went 13-0, and they players decided not to play.
And Paul, you can't just say that. I mean, you really think whoever he's going to get drafted to is going to have an elite defense? Let's be real. Come on.
No, they won't. And I didn't say the Bears would struggle. I'm just saying I think that they found their guy, and it's time to ship Justin Fields.
You can't give up, is what I'm saying.
But again, to what little brother was saying about Heisman winners, didn't he beat out C.J. Stroud for that Heisman? And look what C.J. Stroud is doing.
We beat out C.J. Stroud 2 years ago.
Caleb Williams hasn't played in the NFL. CJ Stroud has. How do you know Caleb Williams going to do?
But that success is not going to equate to the NFL. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams.
I think you just made our point for us with C.J. Stroud, because C.J. Stroud was an underachiever by most people's account with the talent that he had over Michigan.
So y'all really sitting up here telling me right now at this point. Now see, look, see, y'all finna get it now. At this point, y'all really think putting Caleb Williams at the quarterback killer capital of the world is going to make him a great player? Yeah, they look at what they did for Justin Fields for the last few years. They getting this boy killed, got us out here thinking this boy is mashed potatoes, got us thinking he's flawed without the mayo. It's not going to happen.
Hungry, Tasha.
They need to get rid of that pick and get somebody else. Get somebody else to do it.
I want y'all to write this down. Stop it, Mike.
To make sure Justin Fields can succeed. So you want to bring a rookie in and think that he's going to succeed? It ain't going to happen.
You look, Steven, I want you to remember this, because I know you ain't going to forget that I said this right here on the Extra Point on March and the 9th in the year of our Lord 2024.
I'm going to let
Caleb
you finish.
Williams will be the first Bears quarterback in history to throw for 4,000 yards in a season.
Mike, how many times do Paul come on here with these great epiphanies and then then what do we do, Mike? We have to sit here and watch him like this.
When I told y'all the King was gonna come back from his foot injury, when y'all said he wasn't gonna be no count no more,
he didn't come. You said that season. You said that season, and he was not any count when he came back.
He played in one game after that.
That's a good transition, though. That's a good transition.
Yeah.
I correctly predicted that. I told y'all that Kevin Stefanski was gonna be coach of the year over D'Amico Ryan. I told y'all when Mike Vrabel was going to be coach of the year 2021. Y'all ran me out of the city. You put me down at the city line. Steven, my resume is impeccable. It speaks for itself. You just go back and watch the archives. You can catch it on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Tweezy. Wait, where you want to go with it? Now, let's stick with Texas, Steven, since we got you right here, because I want to let's dig a little deeper since they got this smoke for me today. Your boy Xavier Worthy is now the fastest man in the history of the NFL Combine. Ran a blistering 4.2140. Natasha, I need you to hold on for a second, because I'm about to come to you with a question, but I want to ask you this first, Steven. In your prime and in his prime, who has the better 40 time at the Combine, you or your brother?
Probably Michael.
Oh, man, come on, man. This was your opportunity to shine. Like,
no.
Vrabel, like, you're right. Vrabel had to go. We got him. Now, see, you got some love here. Hook him. He's saying hook him. Oh, Christina chimed in and said, Michael, look at Mike like this. Yeah, you know.
Well, I was in football. He played baseball.
Yeah.
It's different.
I just got to run 90 feet. That's
so you just got to do some base running.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Hey, he could be Ricky Henderson, moving around to that second base while he's sliding.
And then pick the base up and say, I'm the greatest of all time.
Now, Mike, you owe him a drink tonight at the casino, because he really just pubbed you up. And I'm going to cut that up into a reel just for your birthday. Just don't watch it until your birthday. Yeah, she said Buddy was booking. Now, Tasha, you ain't off the hook. Tasha, in your primes, you and her are both in your prime. Who wins the 40? You or Sasha Denise?
Oh, most definitely me.
Yeah, get the popcorn.
Smoke. But now,
I'm kidding. Let me take that back, because I do have to admit Sasha did run AAU track.
But see, I was around during your prime. I wasn't around for Sasha's prime. I was around for your prime. She was an athlete. She was the cheerleader captain, and she was very active. And she had Saquon Barkley legs, like feminine Saquon Barkley legs. So I'm not like, no, they were. Stop it, Mike. So I'm not so sure you wouldn't have won.
I mean, Sasha did.
Oh, wait a minute, Mike. Hold
on. Hey.
I told you. Sasha did competitive cheer, and she ran AAU track. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to
We'll do a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do a PPV. Now, wait a minute. Who wins today, Mike? You still beat him today?
Nah, heck no, man. I just strained my hamstring yesterday.
Oh, I got Sasha today because y'all know she coming off that Achilles injury.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, go ahead and run a race in the sand like Apollo and Rocky did. That way you really can get in
With
there.
the little crop top shirts on and the knee-high socks.
Now, Christina keeping it real. She's like Steven today. She grew up with y'all. So that's good stuff. Now, Denise ain't happy about this. I'm gonna need you to send that Birkin bag to her real quick because you got some making up to do. Now, again, Tasha was an athlete when we were in high school and college, so I'm not gonna say she wouldn't have won. I got my money on UT Sizzle. Hey, Firebirds 19 and 93. And yes, before y'all ask me, my brother would have smoked me in a 40 in our primes. In his prime, he would have smoked me. Damian Coulter would have smoked me in a 40 in his prime. I will dust that dude today. Dust him. Dust him.
Man, the hamstring problems.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Some love for the Firebird, Tasha. I give it to the There we go. There we go. I was just curious of who would win that because, I figured Mike would say himself, Steven. I didn't think you would say him. This was your opportunity to dunk. Well, you got to tell the truth when.
Gotta tell the truth.
You got to tell the truth when you're in the booth. You're right. Now, Tasha, we got into a spirited conversation last Saturday after we watched some of those 40 times because I was shocked and dismayed and disappointed in one Keon Coleman for running a 4.64. However, that wasn't your end-all be-all as far as 40 time. Would that scare you off from drafting Keon Coleman with such a slow 40?
I mean, it's just the fact that NFL execs and everyone else put so much onus on the 40. And yeah, we love to watch the 40.
That's true, by the way. Keep going, Tasha, but y'all read that. That is true.
I like to see them boys get out there and run them 4 threes and under. Like, that's what I like.
I do too. Because I want Xavier Worthy now.
I mean, it's just the fact that, remember, I told you guys, I didn't realize who he was until after the Florida State LSU game. That's when I realized he torched us as a sophomore.
At Michigan State, he did. He put hands on us. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't look slow then.
And when you looked at him play at Florida State, he didn't look slow there either. I'm not comparing him to the likes of Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice ran a 4.7, but that man was so precise with his route running that but you never saw anybody catching Jerry Rice from behind, not even Deion Sanders. And
right,
I think
true. That is
true. CeeDee Lamb ran a slow 40. Larry Fitzgerald ran a slow 40.
That's why I don't care about 40 times.
You don't, Mike?
No, I don't care about no 40 times.
Right, because like they said, you running that basically in your underwear, in spandex and a tight shirt. You don't have on pads. I'm more
looking like Cameo. And real quick, Langston, she's talking about Keon Coleman, the wide receiver from Florida State that ran a 4.64. And people were really hammering him on Twitter, but Tasha came to his defense as she's doing now. She's kind of reiterating.
They care about football speed. That's what they're talking about.
Right, exactly. I was more impressed with, again, watching him over the season, watching his hands, the way that boy catches that ball, what he does when he catches the ball. You didn't see too many people tackling him at Florida State. And I had to go back and find that Michigan game.
Hey, Tasha had receipts ready for me because I am all about speed.
Like I said,
I was getting caught up into that.
When I saw him in that game, I said, why does this kid sound so? Then when I really paid attention, and they was like the transfer from Michigan State. And that's when I was like, I know that ain't little body. And I immediately pulled it up and I was like, yeah, dude gonna be a problem.
Steven, the speed kill, or are you on the football speed wagon as well?
Definitely football speed. Other than Tyreek Hill, who are other wide receivers now that are like fast and you think they're fast? Like that's the one thing you think about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? He just shut the whole segment down with that question. Good job by you. Look at you came in ready.
I mean, it's
Hey,
the
show him
truth.
that big cup of coffee you drinking. Show the world that cup you drinking.
I'm shaking.
He got coffee in a 40 ounce, like old English. Yeah, he's ready.
I mean, the only people that I want to have speed are maybe my secondary, my cornerbacks, my safeties.
You gotta have speed at the cornerback position, especially.
I care more about their agility speed
Mm-hmm.
test, like the 3-cone type thing. Like
And he was tied at number 2 out of both groups.
right.
Yep,
And
now
you see Blake Corum run that running back test.
Y'all won this round, okay? Y'all pile on.
Good. Oh my God. But he is tall. That's the only thing that's probably
okay.
going to knock him. Is his
That's
height.
Barry Sanders. He got Darren Sproles. Come on.
And what's his name?
In and out football moves. And one person who really exemplified that I got to see up close and personal was DeAndre Hopkins. He is no burner. But if you watch that Monday night game against the Dolphins, he was torching Xavier Howard. And,
but again, that's the football knowledge that they
with
have.
The quickness and the football twitch. And
that's what everyone says is that Keon does possess a high football IQ.
And he's tough as nails, like A.J. Brown. You're not taking him down on those slant routes, just reaching and grabbing.
6'3" and a quarter, 216 pounds.
Don't do it, Mike. Don't do it, Mike. See, you on the roll, Tasha, but don't do it. I enjoyed your clap back in the comments last week and thought we should broach that subject, but you still got to apologize to your daughter. She said you capping on this 40
said
time.
She would win, but now given the fact that heel is bum and she can't even do calf raises, I told her she need to go see old Lyron Rogers doctor.
Right. Or just no, this is a morning show. We can't tell Steven to just throw one in the air. You'll feel much better tomorrow. All right. Now, as we really quickly digress, the legal tampering period for the NFL free agency starts this week. It's crazy the NFL has turned into a 12-month sport, and I love it. Now, the biggest prize out there, literally and figuratively, is one, Derek, call me King Henry.
The King.
Right. Now, the King. Now, I'm sure you all have seen by now the now viral tweet where King Henry just bought a massive piece of property here in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Texas.
But he's always had a house in Dallas. He has.
Tasha, let me throw the oop. Okay, let me throw the oop. No, that's true. He's upgrading properties here. Damn it, Tasha, I can't stand you. He's upgrading properties. It sounded much better the way I was going to put it out there. But yes, he has technically lived here for years. That's not the important. That's not the. Steven, Mike, I'm going to come to you. Look, got me knocking over my microphone. Y'all know I get fired up when it comes to this segment. Don't do it, Mike. All right. So, Derrick Henry says he wants a ring. He told the Titans not to franchise him, and out of respect, the Titans did not. So, he's set to go wherever he wants. Let's say the money is equal, and he wants to win a championship. The national consensus is down to 2 teams, Dallas and Baltimore. Yeah. I want y'all to find my king a home to where he can submit his Hall of Fame career with a championship. Is it going to look at Mike's face? Mike, let's start with you then. He's itching to get in here. You're the agent. The money is the same. You're looking at the contract. The year's the same. Money's the same. Signing bonus the same. Are you sending them to Baltimore or Dallas?
That's Baltimore. That's an easy one for me. I mean, you got to think Baltimore is one team ahead of them is Kansas City. What's Kansas City's weakness? The run game. Mm-hmm. Like, there you go. Dallas, they have more teams ahead of them right now. Like, it's not just a running back that they need.
Marquise Elaine Hastings.
two.
Tasha, you saying the Baltimore Ravens as well?
I've just been binge watching The Wire.
Y'all, Steven.
Oh my!
I need you to come in and save this segment. I need you to save this segment. Tell the people why the Dallas Cowboys would be the best fit for King. It's a place fit for King, right?
I will tell you why it's not Baltimore. Because why does he want to tear his ACL like all the other running backs they have?
Right. That place is the devil. They built that on top
of They are cursed or something. Their running backs have gone down for the past, 3 years?
Because Omar walking around with that shotgun in his trench coat.
Daddy, you ain't the daddy, the pops. Daddy, let's not do this. Like I said, the last thing on earth we want to see is Derrick Henry to Kansas City. That's like LeBron going to the Warriors, KD going to the Warriors. We don't want to. That's just not fair. Now he said Dallas is not going to make it out of the first round anyway.
That's
Steve,
true.
help me out here.
Y'all them boys.
Oh, they should have got him last year. It was a problem, but they didn't want to trade for him. So now,
now they're gonna get Saquon.
Now look. Now, Steven, I'm with you because look what you got here. You got the biggest running back, in the biggest market for America's team. You throw that star on the side of his head with them braids
and
coming out the back.
he gonna be at home after the first round.
Lies you tell. Because here's the scenario, Steven. Picture this. Italy, 1937.
What?
He gonna be in Cancun with every other Cowboy starter.
Don't do that, Mike. Don't do that. Man. That's definitely a possibility. But I want to say this for the record. First of all, let's get this part out the way. Lamar Jackson is just as big a choke artist as the Cowboys. The Lamar Jackson Baltimore Ravens have underachieved to the highest order. They just in the AFC. The only reason why they get a pass is because Patrick Mahomes, quote unquote, is in the AFC. But who had a better roster, Mahomes or Lamar this year?
I just need to start recording my answer every time someone says other teams underachieve. No other team has Gerald Jones running off at the mouth.
I ain't saying
I want to take a bathroom break right now because this is about to get
right now why y'all cow bitch fans don't get that.
The San Francisco 49ers are the
But
poor man's version of the Dallas Cowboys.
Do you hear the Yorks say anything? Do you hear the Hunts say anything? Do you hear Amy? Only time Amy Adams opened her mouth was when Vrabel tried to talk wet to her. You do not hear any. You don't hear any other owner putting their team in the spotlight. The other teams that
no. I'm not having any underachieving talk. I'm not listening to that from a 49er fan. I'm not.
I mean, but again, you do not see our owner out there popping shit starting in February, and the season don't start to September.
Oh, Jalen Wentz. Look. Wait a minute. Hold on. She says, I need some more coffee because that Lamar statement, Treese, I'm in the booth.
Thank you, Treese.
Lamar Jackson got 2 MVPs, and in one of those years, Derrick Henry went up there and ran through them for 200 yards and bounced them out in their first playoff game. Then they get Kansas City at home with wide receivers named Marquez Scantling and McCole Hartman, and they beat them.
So you saying he nutted up? So you not saying some of the stuff, the decisions that were made?
I'm telling your mama.
Where's this show going? Extra Point After Dark.
Right, extrapointafterdark.com. But in Dallas, we got your offensive line. Check.
No.
Quarterback.
No.
Check.
Maybe 10 years ago, Cowboys had offensive line.
No.
Don't get weak on me
we
now.
Gonna take that. Y'all about as bad as the Titans when it comes to the O-line. Just go and get rid of it.
As you tell.
Yep.
Look, they got
LeBron, what say you, LeBron?
And Frederick.
What say you,
LeBron? Go ahead, Steven.
Their offensive line is not the same offensive line. I will say that.
There's only one way to go, but down from the Hall of Fame offensive line they have for the last 20 years. Okay, they're not the same. But look, if Derrick Henry can run for 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns behind the worst offensive line in the NFL last year, how much can he run for in Dallas's offense with Dallas's offensive line?
But that. Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I was thinking that. I was like, hell, he ain't had no line in Tennessee, so he'll do great in Dallas without a line. But what would he have in Baltimore? A better line, an easier, like you said it yourself, an easier path. Do
you want as your star wide receiver? Do you want Zay Flowers or do you want CD? This
Oh,
little
you know,
lamb
oh,
of
you know,
mine.
for whatever reason, CD Lamb has taken my heart, and I don't know why. First of all,
You liked him when he snatched that phone out that girl's hand.
Yeah.
First of all, he's a Sooner, and you know I hook.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
They ain't even together no more.
He said,
man.
"You don't pay my bill. What are you doing?"
Now, Steven, let me ask you this, Steven. Okay, let me go here because I got to talk to you, cowboy to cowboy. Now, let's just forget they in there. I zapped them off the show. It's just me and you talking. Ain't nobody watching or nothing. Does Dallas beat San Francisco with a healthy Derrick Henry?
Yes.
All right, that's all I needed to know.
All we need him to do. Okay. What was our
in the house? Her ears was ringing when she heard about them boys. Good morning.
What was our Achilles heel last year? We couldn't score in the red zone. We needed
the whole team, other than CD and Micah and Dak at the beginning. Dak towards the end faded.
Leadership, coaching, defense.
Yeah.
What you want?
Yes, he did fade. Tasha, you're absolutely right. Mike,
yeah, kicker miss some. Like
the kicker made every field goal.
He believes. I believe.
Now, Shrek, even your defense came up subpar, and I was shocked because I was up here because I picked Dallas. I did. So
Hey, what did D-Law say? Hey, we were tired. That's what. Did y'all see that?
Don't do that, Steven. No.
Exactly. You didn't hear D-Law's name once in the.
Hey, I gotta tell the truth in the booth.
Look, that was embarrassing.
Michael,
that was so embarrassing.
You didn't see Micah do a podcast till he got to the Super Bowl and he had CD Lamb on there.
She said it's the smile. See, this is what you get on the extra point because so many women watch. They steer us away from the on-field production.
You got them teeth done, baby.
They
don't look like chiclets. They look natural.
CD gonna really be smiling when he see that running back converting all those field goals into touchdowns.
But he won't want his money before y'all get anybody else.
He says, "Oh, y'all lucky I'm driving." That's right, Cowboys in the house.
Stop texting, Langston. Put that phone away.
Right? No. He got the man living the Nashville version of McKinney. He got Bluetooth in his car. I'm sure he does. The man is out there where you used to live, Tasha. He got Bluetooth.
Well, watch out for the halogen lights because for whatever reason they act like they don't know what a halogen light is when these Mercedes.
We ban those, by the way. Y'all blinding people on the road like me with regular cars.
No, let me tell y'all this story. I'm gonna tell y'all this story real fast, and we're gonna go back. Now I lived in the county, very affluent. I had an Infiniti.
Affluent, Stephen. Affluent.
I had an Infiniti. I had an Infiniti G35. This cop followed me, and he said, "You know why I pulled you over?" And I said, "No." Why? He said, "Because your lights are on bright." I said, "Okay, now this is some bullshit." I said, "Sir," I said, "they're halogen lights." So he walks in. I said, "I'm going to show you." I said, "This is regular. This is bright. Regular. Bright." So you mean to tell me in my little G35 coupe, all these Mercedes, Tesla wasn't a thing then. You got these people riding around Brentwood in BMWs, all these expensive cars, and you pull me over in a G35 coupe because you said my lights was on bright?
You had on the 49ers do-rag is why he probably...
Yeah, I was like, what we really talking about?
But I digress. Let's move along.
Driving while being a 49er fan is a criminal offense here in the state of Texas and in the state of Tennessee. Christine, she slapped. Hey, Georgia Highway Patrol don't play either. You be safe down there, Chris. Stena. She said, as the people are coming in, we have to reintroduce our special guest. Mike, will you do the honors? People are wondering who this twin is of yours.
My little brother is Steven.
How's it going, everyone?
No. Steven, I'm sick of this. I'm going to speak up for all younger brothers. He's not your little brother. He's your younger brother. Where my brother at? I wish he would call me his little brother.
Nah, he's little brother.
You throw them things too, huh?
Okay, both of my brother's little brother. And
they're younger. They're not little. No, we're not little. We matter.
We matter.
He's like,
Christina
let
was
it out, let it out,
Yeah,
Paul. Let it out.
It's a safe space. It's a safe.
He said, we matter.
She says, y'all kill me with that. You're going to always be a little, oh, here
Thank you.
Here they go the elders.
Look,
Here go the
brother.
elders.
Look,
Here go
brother.
Oh, no. Oh, my big brother, he said,
There you go, Damon. Tell him, Damon.
Little bro.
Look, bro.
y'all want to rattle his cage this morning. It's a family affair on the Extra Point. We are glad to be back. Now, little bro lives matter. Right. Middle children, we matter too. She says her brother says the same thing. We matter, Stephen.
Yeah.
We're going to start our own
We matter too.
But this is the thing. Look, brother, what do you call Mike? Do you call him Mike or what do you call him?
Right. What's his family name?
Michael.
Do y'all know what my brother never calls me by my name? When he refers to people, he says my sister. He never calls me by my name. That's how I know someone was spamming his Instagram account, because he wrote a sentence and it had my name in there. And I knew he was lying because he's never called me by my name.
See, this is what happens when you watch ID Network all day. She done turned into a criminal investigator. Everything is suspicious. I told you now.
Dun dun.
Miguel, that's what it is. Okay.
Miguel.
Okay, Miguel.
Hey, be like, dun dun. Sounds like someone needs a name change.
But yeah, he never refers to me as Tasha. If he talks to anybody, yeah, my sister said, or my sister, he never says Tasha.
You didn't have to say you called me little bruh. That's true. And he got receipts, because if he wanted to jump on here and start posting text messages, I'll do that. Look who decided to stop in and say hi. You know we back from vacation.
It's all about the family.
Hey, it's almost our season, Brother Stone. It's almost that time.
Hey, Steven, you running the numbers up, man. What you doing next Saturday? What you got going on? I told the true story. I told my mom yesterday. I said, "Mom, we back tomorrow." She said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah." Mike gonna have his little brother on. She says, "Oh, he's filling in for him." I said, "No, they're gonna be on that together." She was like, "Oh, Mike has a brother? Oh yeah, and Mike's brother's putting a smile on him. Yeah."
I like how that was the second question.
Yeah. looking like Shador and Shiloh.
Yeah, Shador and Shiloh. You know Papa Hasso gonna watch this YouTube like, yep. I made them. Yeah, them my boys. Quiet as kept. I'm checking for this football season starting 3:30. Is she talking about the UFL?
Yeah, like what's that?
Hey, Arlington won. Hey, Arlington got smoked. We're gonna have to catch a game. She's called Professor Escobar. Let's get on with T Sizzle's top 5. All right, now, hey, you family now, so you can get roasted like everybody else.
Hey, Professor Escobar.
Right.
Pablo.
Mike's so mysterious. So nobody know what Mike be having going on. They're like, okay, he got a family, he got a brother. We seen the baby. Where's our princess?
We seen the baby.
No.
We in the family business, all right?
All right. That's what's up. You got to watch out for them Catholics. Them Catholics can fight. I grew up in a Catholic household. Them Catholics can throw hands. All right. Now, y'all really are. I will say the Goon Squad is undefeated. That's why I don't fight y'all, because y'all always jumping on me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we witnessed history last weekend as one Caitlin Clark, CC, is now the all-time leading scorer in college basketball history.
NCAA history.
Oh, you know what? You're right. NCAA. I'm sorry, Tasha, because you got smoked for that. But I want to, before we get into your top 5, I got a question from Mike. And whatever you answer right now will be used against you later on when we start talking NBA, all right? So choose your words carefully. Can Caitlin Clark be considered the greatest of all time if she doesn't win the Final Four this year?
The greatest of all time for NCAA or what?
Yes, for NCAA. Greatest woman player of all time.
If she doesn't win the Final Four. I'm going to say no.
See, Mike always got a trap door. I'm trying to trap him into my LeBron debate, but that's okay. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Shamika says emphatically no. Steven, can Caitlin Clark be the GOAT of women's college basketball if she doesn't win the title this year?
Championships, man. It matters.
It really does. It really
It
does.
matters.
I mean,
like that one
it
right
makes
there.
the resume look good, but it don't. Yeah, you got to at least have one.
Yeah,
You gotta at least have one.
She's been there for 4 years. 4 years, and
It's like if Steph
Pop said,
Curry,
no, you gotta win a
if Steph
championship
Curry
to be
never won a
that.
championship. Like, come on.
So I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Like today is this weekend is the regular season finale for college basketball, and the conference tournament start next week, and then March Madness. I am more interested to see the women's Final Four than the men's this year, partly because Michigan sucks, and partly because I want to see if she can finish the deal. I want to see if she can run through undefeated South Carolina or defending national champion LSU with Kim Mulkey.
Ain't gonna happen.
Like, you said it ain't happening, Mike?
Hell no, it ain't gonna happen.
Nope. Because I'm strongly rooting for Don Staley and the Fighting Gamecocks.
Now, David's throwing. See, David done went back in the archives. He said he was proud of Miss White. You see how he professionally led in with that?
And Dang, the thing is, she has the most points in NCAA. Pearl Moore has over 4,000 points. And that's in women's college basketball total. See, they trying to do they like they did Eddie Robinson, but that ain't going to happen.
Now, he says Don Staley's squad going to wipe the floor
what
with
we
them.
said.
But you're an LSU fan, Marcus. You're from Louisiana. You know
But
love
that's
for the
Don, baby.
I said what I said.
That's Coach Staley, baby.
Well, yeah, talk to him, sis. Now, wait a minute. This coming in so fast. Hold on. I want somebody to play LSU. I want somebody to play all in her face, namely South Carolina or LSU.
Yeah.
Look,
I mean, that's what stopped her.
I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, she can ball. Now let's be clear. That girl can play her ass off.
She is the Luka, and we're going race aside. When I say she is the Luka of women's college basketball, meaning it don't matter who the other four are. If she's on the floor, y'all got smoke. Because when she almost put it off last year, LSU barely beat her, and she was a one-man band in the
when she broke that record.
Still the one-man band.
For the women's
that's true.
NCAA women's scoring title against Michigan.
Now, she tired of hearing about Caitlin
She was yanking that thing from the logo. She was. And then
she's logo Lily. She got smoke, and I can't wait to see that. They said, give them the facts. I'm trying to keep up. She said LSU gonna wipe the floor with them. I don't know. I don't think so. Caitlin, Gamecocks, baby. All right. Now, we like to end our show with T Sizzle's top 5 during non-football season. So let's see who is in the GOAT discussion. Who's your top 5 women basketball players?
It's gonna always be Cheryl Swoops for me.
Okay.
I'm also gonna put this person in, even though she had a few little mental struggles, which I think deterred what could have been great in her career. You couldn't mess with Shamika Holdsclaw.
Yes.
You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. That goes with the Meeks, Tamika Randall and Tamika Keshe. They were called the Meeks at that time. Then I'm going to go Diana Taurasi.
Yes, can't forget about Diana Taurasi.
I'm going to put my baby on there. We all know, Paul. Go ahead. You can say this name. Who's your baby?
Candace Parker.
Yes. I'm going to put Candace Parker. And the last one, I really want to say Don Staley, simply because Don Staley was for the culture, but I'm going to actually have to go with Breanna Stewart. And I hate I got two UConn players on there, but
Shamika Nicole has my 5th one, and that's Rebecca Lobo. Rebecca Lobo, she took down Pat Summitt as the queen of college basketball and put Connecticut on top, and they stayed on top. So you got to give Rebecca Lobo. Now look at this. Yes.
Brianna won an OVC championship. She sure did.
All right, Mike, you got a woman in there that you want to throw in there, or do we catch you with Lobo?
Yeah, you got me with Lobo. I was like, yeah, that was huge. I mean, they were up top and had that dynasty. It was crazy.
Yes. What was it, like 100 and something straight wins that they had?
All I know is
Mitchell's coming in. Our sis Tiana. Yes, she went to high school with us. Excellent women's basketball player. We're gonna say basketball player, period, because she played with the dudes after school.
I forgot about Lisa Leslie.
Parker Catchings. Her sword. Do you watch any women's college basketball, Steven? Since you all think sports, do you got a newer one?
No, not a newer one. But what about Maya Moore? Didn't she win a lot? And even in WNBA?
Yeah,
I'm proud of you, young Hasso.
Yeah,
I'm
even
proud
though
of
she's not playing now because she chose her heart and her love and her fight for injustice over her career. Yeah,
she chose a man. Just say it plain and simple, like they would on IG.
It wasn't. But that's it. She didn't necessarily choose a man. She chose to fight and gave up her career for that fight.
Didn't he get out of jail and marry her?
Yeah. But she's still out there doing her stuff for justice.
Mike,
yeah.
you know you got to have a residence.
I need to see the doc. I need to see the documentary on that.
But yeah,
right.
Maya Moore.
Where's the 30 for 30?
On ESPN.com. If you need
Maya Moore was that one. Oh, was Simone Augustus. Oh man, I forgot about Simone Augustus out of LSU. Oh man, it's too many.
Steve was now. The Martrice said she met Cheryl Swoops a few years ago. Did she hit on your trees?
The only
Cheryl Swoops?
The only woman to ever have her own shoe.
Okay.
First to ever have her own shoe.
No. Maya Moore was a great one. That's a great documentary, though, Mike. But me, myself, personally, brothers know they need a legal address to get on parole. So
they still married.
My lawyer right here. I might as well go on. You know what I'm saying?
They still married, Paul.
I'm gonna get a roof over my damn head. I'm blowing back years. Out.
They still married.
I'm just where am I gonna go? She got me out of jail. I'm doing everything. I got the baby. I'm vacuuming at the same time. Hey, you get me out of jail, you got a brother for life. I
made you lunch and everything.
Yeah. Right. I got the air fryer on my head. I'm like, hey, grab these wings, baby. We're gonna get a
little cigar in your mouth.
Now, Marcus says he got another football prodigy in the house. We know. Well, hey, we can't wait to see him do big things. She says Lisa Leslie. Oh, the dunker, Lisa Leslie. Yes. Paul, it was at an AAU game. I'll send y'all the pics. Oh, okay. All right. Because you know. Now she says Mike said Swoops was the truth. When the GOAT says you're one of the best, you can take that to the bank. You're right, Charles. Your lunch is ready. Okay, that's who will be. All right, Tasha, who you shouting out this week? Tasha, you there? Is she on the toilet? Is she
thinking? Nah, she frozen.
No, yeah.
Oh, she's frozen. Mike, who you shouting out this week?
I'm gonna shout out my mom's fiance. Tonight we're going to a bachelor party in the boonies somewhere. So y'all know that T. Click. Y'all let me, y'all see a call from me. Let me know.
Mike, just hit the chat with the alarm emojis and turn your location on it, and I'll be on up there. I'll bring some goons with me. Now, Steven, we end every show with shout outs. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you add all your important people who you told to watch this. Shout them out.
I guess shout out, Michael, Paul, and Tasha for just having me on here. It was definitely a pleasure.
You're welcome back anytime, young Hasso, especially during fantasy football season. Because I'm sick of losing you, bro. How do you beat me every year? You and Tasha, I'm like 0-4 against y'all this year. I'm sick of it.
Hey, I just get lucky sometimes, man. Those games where it's like, man, I don't know. And then, especially against you, Paul, your team always just does not do good against me.
You said always.
Always.
I mean, with ours,
and this is the growing consistency. Gosh, y'all sounded like close your eyes and ask who's talking.
With ours, Paul's team and Dak chose the worst time to underperform, and that allowed me to beat him in the playoffs.
We had that was a shootout too. Like our teams was going at it on Saturday, and then Sunday it came down to Brock Purdy versus Dak, and Debo had.
I think Paul's on a losing streak with me past 3 years. So,
Mike, did nobody bring you up on this? You don't get a shout out this week, damn it! I'm sick of this.
You already did.
Right, and everybody's agreeing that y'all sounded like. So it looks like you're gonna have to come back on here and grace us with your presence again. Mike, who you shouting out this week?
Man, I already did.
Oh, that's right. That's when Tasha froze on. Sorry, Tasha, who you shouting out?
I'm shouting out all of the lovely women. Yesterday was International Women's Day, so shout out to all of my lovely women. throughout the world.
Langston said the league was rigged. Hey, Langston had smoke though. Langston had a good team that year. That's what's up. I can't wait to send the invites back out. Now, question: y'all want to do a bracket this year? College basketball bracket? Y'all want to do that?
You know,
Let's do it. Let's do it. Steven, don't shake your head. No, we gonna do a bracket. Mike, don't lean.
I'll be down.
You know, I'm always down for gambling. Come on now.
Right. If it's a penny on the line, he's like, "Come on, what we playing?"
Here, I got 20 on it. I'll let the AI decide. You know.
What we doing? A C note? What's up?
C note. Oh, you got one of them two-income households, huh?
He said.
Oh wow.
Let me see how much.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank each and every one of you for checking us out. Steven, a round of applause for Steven. Let me get a shout out to Steven. You did magnificent today, young man. Hey, yeah. Look, you already get it. She says, "Come back soon, little bro."
Little bro.
We matter.
Get up, Mike. Got money, Mike.
Nah.
Right, we matter. And on that note, we're gonna let them get off to the woods so they can do their thing.
He said the woods, more like the desert. Yeah.
You're getting clappings. Steven, excellent job by you. Hey, we will see y'all next week, and we're gonna continue this conversation about Baltimore versus Dallas because I got a lot more stuff I want to say. And I'm about to cuss all of y'all out because y'all done got on my nerves today. But I love y'all. Mike, Tasha, Steven, we out of here. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Vamos Azul.
Hey, what's your catch saying for UTSA?
Go Runners.
Go Runners. All right.
Go Runners.
Go Runners.